There's a young woman on Instagram and TikTok who calls herself Code Pink and refers to herself as Women for Peace. And she's doing a piece about why birthright is a bad thing. But I'm going to relate to a few of the points she brings up in this work of intellectual gaslighting, in this batch of lies that she's trying to spread.
Welcome to our new series, Boycott Birthright. What is birthright? It's a free 10-day trip offered to young Jews 18 to 32 years old to visit Israel and the Golan Heights.
Okay, so that part is almost correct, but Israel and the Golan Heights, I guess she isn't very aware of the borders in this country. The Golan Heights is a part of Israel, so already she doesn't really know what she's talking about.
But birthright is not just a free trip. It's a tool to perpetuate the occupation of Palestine.
There was never ever a country named Palestine. There was never a king of Palestine. There was never an army of Palestine. There was never a Palestine. But yes, birthright is a tool in order to enrich young Jews about the beauty of the freedom of being in our homeland for the first time, again, in 100 generations. We are finally in our homeland, the land of Israel, Eretz Israel, which is what it has been called for thousands and thousands of years. And if you want to talk about oppressors, I am finally home. The Jewish people are finally home. And anyone who tries to keep us from our home, from our homeland, they are the oppressors.
One of the main ways birthright perpetuates the occupation of Palestine is by manufacturing a sense of ownership and entitlement over Palestinian land.
No. Again, this was not Palestinian land. It never was. And it isn't. Land was bought by Jews, or it was won by Jews in a war where the Arabs did not accept the international partition plans and attacked us. And we won. There are no national aspirations. This, from the viewpoint of Islam, is a religious war. And the fact that Jews rule over a country that the Arabs had once conquered is abhorrent to them. And that is what this is all about.
And erasing the history of the indigenous Palestinians that have lived on that land for generations.
Whoa, indigenous for generations? Have you ever looked up the word indigenous? Indigenous means people inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest times or from before the arrival of colonists. Do you know what the colonists were? The Arabs, who kicked out the Jews in 600 AD. That doesn't make them indigenous. Many Arab families have lived here for many years and indeed many generations. That does not make them indigenous. Unfortunately, during 1948, when instead of accepting the partition plan and accepting the fact that Israel took that part of the partition plan that was granted by the UN and declared nationhood, instead of saying, okay, we'll build a nation also, the Arabs attacked. They lost. Israelis are Jewish. Israelis are Muslim. Israelis are Catholic. Israelis are Christian. Israelis are Baha'i. Israelis are Druze. Israelis are many things. There's room in this country for many, many religions. But we are not just a religion. We are a people. We are a nation. This is the land of Israel, the nation of Israel. We are the people of Israel. Yes, it really is important that young Jews come and learn about our history and the land of Israel, rather than learning it from people like this person who spews lies and inaccuracies.